Hi friends, today I'm going to give you some wonderful tricks and tips that will enable you to enhance your spoken English skills. These tips will enable you to become fluent in English. Now friends, do subscribe to my channel and share and like this video. Friends, first of all, English is not our mother tongue. English is a foreign language. So the first thing that we need to remember is it is okay to make a few mistakes when we initially start learning how to speak English. Then you should not be afraid of making mistakes. That is the first thing that you need to remember. Now, most non-native speakers of English, they hesitate to communicate in English because they are afraid that they will make some mistakes, maybe some grammatical mistakes, okay, or some mistakes in pronunciation and all. So they are afraid of this fact, and this fear, somehow prevents them from, speaking out, from, speaking the language. So friends, the first thing that you need to remember is do not be afraid of making mistakes, because if you want to learn how to swim, you have to jump into the water. Similarly, if you want to learn how to speak English, then you have to make an attempt to speak. There's no other alternative, friends, believe me. Then the next thing that you should keep in mind, which will enable you to become fluent in English, is expose yourself to English. Friends, if you study in an English medium institution, then it's okay, because at least there are people around you who are talking in English, or who are encouraging you to talk in English, to communicate in English. But if you are from a vernacular medium background, and where people may even laugh at you if you talk in English, then it is a little difficult, I understand, to expose yourself to English. But even then, friends, whether you are from an English medium background, or whether you studied in an English medium background, whether you studied in a non-English medium background, whatever it might be, sorry friends, whatever the case might be, you need to speak in English. That is, you need to talk to yourself in English while you're at home, especially maybe in your study, when you're like in your study room or in your study. So during that time, when you're all alone, you should find some time to talk to yourself in English if you have no one else to talk to. Yes, friends? So friends, you have to expose yourself. How do you expose? You expose yourself to the language. Yes. Now, how will you do that? You will be able to do that if you listen to people who are talking in English. So you can follow some YouTube channels where, people teach English, or English speaking skills are taught there. So you can, choose a few channels and you can follow them. If you follow those YouTube channels, at least you will be able to listen to people who are talking in English, who are communicating in English. Then friends, you have to expose yourself. Exposure is so important. Yes. You can listen to English music. Yes, if you like to. English songs. Yes. Try to understand the lyrics to some extent and see if you can learn a few new words from the song. That is also a very good way. Yes. Then friends, you can watch English movies if you can watch any English movie. Yes. That you want to, with subtitles. You need to have the English subtitles. Then friends, it will be clearer to you. You'll be able to read the subtitles also while listening to what is being spoken by the characters during the movie. So, by the characters in the movie. So, friends, watch some English movie. Yes, in the weekend. Yes, you make it a habit that I will watch, an English movie during the weekend. Make it a weekly habit. That's very important. And friends, reading should be a daily habit. So exposing yourself to the language. Yes, listening to people. Yes, listening to people who are talking in English. Speaking in English yourself. Then reading English newspapers or news magazines, whatever, English storybooks or English fiction or novels, maybe written by Agatha Christie or the Harry Potter series, yes, by J.K. Rowling. You can also read Harry Potter, you can read Agatha Christie's, novels, the novels written by Agatha Christie. She's a famous fiction writer. You can read her novels. Yes. Whatever you want to read. Develop the habit of reading, friends. That's very good. You can read Reader's Digest, the essays that are there in Competition Success Review, whatever you feel like, but you should develop the habit of reading on a regular basis, friends. There is no alternative to that. And friends, what else you can do? Like I told you about listening, speaking, reading, and the last one is writing. Now friends, you don't have to write a lot, yes, but suppose you come across a new word, then you should have a notebook, yes, a small notebook. Just jot down the word in the notebook. Yes, make a note of the word, or just take down the word and just note it down in your copybook. So write down the word, write down the meaning of the word also if you feel like, and also how that word can be used in a sentence. If possible, write down that also. Excuse me, friends. So if possible, you even write down a simple sentence where that word has been used. And make a record of that in your notebook. So little bit of writing practice, not much. But say if you can learn one new word every day, friends, then it will be so great, don't you think so? Every single day. And it's not a very big deal, friends. There are 24 hours in a day. So much of time today people, spend on social media. Yes, friends. So you can just learn one new word. It doesn't take, a lot of time. You can do that. Maybe while reading the newspaper, or while reading some storybook, or while reading some novel or fiction, you came across some word which is unfamiliar. You're not familiar with that word. Then friends, immediately you just note it down and look up the meaning of the word in the dictionary, friends. Please follow a dictionary. Like you should have a dictionary, friends. That is very important. Nowadays people, they also look up the meaning of a word on Google. They just Google it and they get the meaning, they get the pronunciation, they get how the sentence is, how that particular word should be used in a sentence. That is also mentioned on Google. You can Google it out as well, but friends, it is better if you have a dictionary. It may not be a very big one, but you can have an average sized dictionary, maybe the Oxford dictionary or any reliable English dictionary you should have. So immediately look up the word in the dictionary. In the dictionary you will have, elaborate description, regarding that word. So you just note down the word, the meaning, and how it can be used in a sentence. So form a habit, friends. Friends, just now I talked about, I hope you noticed that I talked about the 4 most important communication skills that are there. Communication skills can be divided into 4 types of skills. What are they, friends? Listening skills, speaking skills, reading skills, writing skills. In short, it is called LSRW. Yes, it is called LSRW. I repeat, LSRW. So, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So, these are the 4 basic communication skills. So friends, I was just talking about that a little while ago. So that you need to develop all these 4 kinds of skills. You need to listen to people who are talking in English. You can watch news channels, you can watch television shows also, English shows, any kind of show on television, yes, in English. Then you can watch, news channels, as I told you, or any movie. Listening to a song in English. Then speaking. You try to speak, friends. If you have no one at home who can speak to you, if you have no friend of yours also who can speak to you, maybe you have no one. It happens very often, friends, because now also mainly because of the pandemic, so we are mostly confined within our homes. So I understand you're not interacting much with people outside these days. Yes, so it's okay, friends. Talk to yourself. That is a very good habit. Form that habit of talking to yourself, especially when maybe you're in a room or you're in some place of your house where you can be a little isolated. Yes, if someone in your house has noticed you while talking to yourself, and if they find it funny and if they laugh at you, it's okay, friends. Let them. They're your family members. I mean, if they feel like laughing, let them laugh. You don't mind that at all. You go on talking in English. If there is no one else to talk to yourself. Yes, sometimes you may even look into the mirror and talk to yourself for some time. Yes, friends, you can do that also. So, look into the mirror and talk for a while. Or sometimes you may just talk to yourself. You may also, nowadays everybody uses a cell phone, so you surely have a mobile phone. So friends, what you can do, you can record your voice also sometimes. Just maybe you do it for fun or for, just to find out how you will sound. So you can just record your voice, maybe a 1-minute speech you make, or you're just trying to talk about any particular issue or matter. You just talk for 1 minute or 2 minutes and record yourself. Yes, make the recording over the phone and then listen to the recording. Nowadays we have all kinds of recording apps, so you can download any one app. In case your phone doesn't have an inbuilt recording app, you can download it and then you record your voice recorder app, and listen. If you listen to your voice, you will also be able to understand, whether you need to improve your pronunciation or not. Definitely, if you're a beginner, and if you have just started learning spoken English, then you will realize that yes, you need to improve your pronunciation. But it's okay, friends. Initially, your pronunciation may not be accurate, it's very obvious, because most of us are not native speakers of English. So initially we falter, we will falter. It happens to everyone. It happened to me as well, friends, when I just started out to learn how to speak English. Yes, so even this accent problem, the mother tongue influence, so these things are very common for native speakers of English. So friends, don't be afraid of all these things. I mean, you just go on speaking. Talk to yourself. If there is someone you can talk to, then it's fine, you talk to that person. Maybe over the telephone, or maybe, if that person lives in the same house, then you can talk face to face also. It can be a face to face conversation, or it can be a telephonic conversation with a friend. If you have someone whom you can talk to, that will be very good, friends. Try to talk to somebody in English. If you can't find anyone, it's not a big deal. Talk to yourself. Now you might wonder, how will I talk to myself? So friends, in order to talk to yourself, yes, that is listening, you already know. This is speaking. You are speaking to yourself. Yes. So here, how will you do that? I will tell you. So talking to yourself means, in order to talk to yourself in English, friends, you need to think in English. That is so important. You need to think. Develop the habit of thinking in English. That is so important. Now, initially it is a little challenging, but friends, believe me, with time it will become very easy. It's not a big deal at all. Like I'll just give you an example. Only if you can think in English, friends, then only it will be possible for you to talk to yourself in English. If you develop the habit of thinking in English, then it will be very easy for you to talk to yourself in English. So how do you think in English? Say you get up in the morning, you make a promise to yourself. What is that promise? That today, for 24 hours, for the whole day, I am going to use only English words. I am not going to use any word which is non-English. I'm not going to speak in any other language. Sometimes you make such a promise, and this is a promise, or you make such a promise, or it's a sort of a pledge. I mean, you take an oath that yes, do that maybe once or twice in a week. You can do that. That for the whole day I will not speak a single word in any other language. Do these interesting things, friends. These interesting exercises will help you to develop the habit of speaking in English. Friends, believe me, it is not some magic that overnight you will learn how to speak in English. Sometimes people think, oh, I will learn to speak in English in 30 minutes. Maybe I'll learn to speak English in 1 week. It doesn't happen like that, friends. Learning a language is actually not a joke. Yes, it's a foreign language, friends. So it takes time actually. So every day you need to make some effort. Yes, your little effort that you make every day on a regular basis. Yes, that small effort that you put in every day, that will go a long way to make you a fluent speaker of English in the near future. So do not undermine or neglect or overlook the importance of making small efforts. Yes, these baby steps will definitely enable you to move towards that huge goal that you have set for yourself. the goal of mastering the art of communicating in English. Believe me, friends, it is not a goal that is, something, it's not something unreachable. It is a very realizable goal. You can attain that goal. You only need to believe in yourself. And initially, once in a week, you will, make a promise to yourself on a particular day that yes, today, whole day I'll talk only in English. Then twice in a week, then maybe thrice in a week. Then maybe you will develop this habit and you will feel that, okay, I really need to learn spoken English. So I will try my best to speak every day in English. Unless I come across a person who is unable to understand me, maybe in my family, in my neighborhood, if somebody is unable to understand what I am saying, only then I will switch to another language. Otherwise, it's a promise that I have made to myself that I will speak every day in English. You do that, friends. Do that repeatedly. Practice makes a man perfect. Do that on a regular basis, repeatedly. And then you will see that, yes, if you do something repeatedly on a regular basis, friends, then yes, that magic also can happen. But the magic can't happen if we are not making any effort. So the magic definitely will happen. I'm not denying that. Yes, you will someday become very fluent in English, believe me. But for that magic to happen, you must be ready to make, yes, small efforts. You need to make certain efforts on a regular basis, on a daily basis. And then that magic will surely happen one day. So friends, you need to say to yourself, the first thing after you get up in the morning, that firstly you get up in the morning, you thank the Almighty for this beautiful day, yes, and then you maybe say to the Almighty, or you say to yourself, that today I am going to talk only in English. You say that to yourself. And I am going to think also in English. So after getting up, usually what do people do? One might feel thirsty. You might feel like drinking a glass of water. So how will you think in English? Yes, you will say that, oh, I'm thirsty. Thoughts which are actually running, yes, at the back of your mind, certain thoughts. Our mind is usually, friends, never at rest. Some thought or the other is always, there on the mind. Thoughts come and go, friends. So, what will you say to yourself? You will say, yeah, it's a beautiful day and I'm feeling very thirsty now. That was what you were actually thinking. But then you will say it aloud, if you can. To yourself, you will say. Very softly. Either you can say it in your mind or you say very softly. Okay? You will say, oh, I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty. Thirsty. I'm so thirsty. That is how you should pronounce thirsty. Okay? I'm so thirsty. I need to get a glass of water. Water. Okay? And then you will, don't worry, don't be afraid. It's okay. Initially, it will be a little challenging, but later on, this then and thirsty, these things will fall in place. Initially, you don't worry. Initially, you pronounce in the way you are used to pronouncing. It's okay. don't worry, I'm not going to scare those people who are not in the habit of pronouncing these words in this manner. It is perfectly fine. First, let us, learn the language. Let us have a foundation, and then these things will come automatically, you will see. So friends, you will say that I'm so thirsty, and so I want to get a glass of water. Let me go and drink some water. So that was just a random thought. It was a random thought. But then you tried to say that to yourself. Yes. Why? Because you want to think in English. Why are you thinking in English, friends? Because you want to speak to yourself in English. And that is how you speak to yourself in English. That is the way. Wow, I drank water. Now I am so relieved. Now let me go and freshen up. Let me take a bath. So after getting up in the morning, it's a very good habit to go and take a bath. The first thing that you should do in the morning should be to freshen up, so that you can begin your daily routine. You can, if you want to study something, you can study. If you want to do some work, you can do. And after you freshen up, you should also have your breakfast. So friends, that's how you begin your day. Yes. So you are doing the same things that you were doing even earlier. Yes, nothing much has changed. But the only thing that has changed is you are trying to speak to yourself in English. You are trying to communicate your thoughts in English. That's it. So friends, just make this attempt, or make this small effort to think in English. Try to think in English. That is so important. And then you will be able to talk to yourself in English. So friends, speaking. So the second skill, which I had already mentioned, listening, speaking. Then comes reading. I already told you, read something. Maybe you may read for 10 minutes, you may read for 15 minutes, you may read for half an hour. It's up to you. But read something, friends. Something you should read. Yes, some storybook, some fiction, some novel, whatever. Newspaper, magazine, English newspaper, any English magazine, whatever you can get hold of. Whatever you can find, maybe close at hand, just grab that and go through it. Make it a habit to read for at least 15 minutes every day. That's a very good habit, friends. And while you read, you may come across some word which is a little difficult. And friends, one more thing, how you should read a newspaper. Follow a good newspaper first of all. Yes, like the Hindu, you follow, so if you're in India, the Hindu is a very good newspaper for, learning English. Yeah, the standard of English there, the language is, a little, it may be a little difficult for beginners of spoken English. Then you can follow a newspaper where the language is relatively easier. If you're a beginner, then you can maybe follow the Times of India, any other newspaper. And once you are, you have some grasp over the language, then you can switch to the Hindu. So these newspapers are very, famous in India. So friends, initially what will happen? When you are reading a certain article, maybe in the newspaper, you may feel, what is this? I mean, I'm not able to understand. It may happen. It happens to beginners quite a lot, I have seen. Like, it happens to them, like most of the time. They're reading and reading and reading, and then this they will say that or what is there in the newspaper? I mean, I can't understand. I mean, what is written in the article? It's so difficult for me to follow. If you are not able to get the meaning of that particular paragraph which you read from the newspaper, it is okay, don't worry. I'm telling you, it is okay. You did not understand. Maybe some people may understand, the beginners. I'm talking of people who are, beginning to learn English. Some of them may understand 20%, some may understand 30 or 40%. Some may understand 50%. Some may understand 10% or below than 10%. It is okay. Even if you don't understand what is there in that particular paragraph, in that particular article, in the newspaper, don't bother about it. You read. You read one paragraph, say within 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you did not follow anything. It's okay. What did I tell you just now, a little while ago, friends? You have to read for at least 15 minutes. At least 15 minutes you have to read. Try to read for 20, 25, 30 minutes. That is even better if you can read for half an hour. But if you are busy, maybe you're doing some other job or you have some other engagements and you don't have that much time, then at least for 15 minutes you have to read every day. That is a religious commitment, means you have to do it. So friends, when you are regular in doing these things, you will definitely learn the language. You will definitely learn how to speak in English. Believe me. But you need to just make these efforts every day. You did not understand the first paragraph? It's okay. Go to the second paragraph. You read. You finish that whole article. It was an article on some topic in the newspaper. You finish that whole article. And then you think for a while. Just think. Just pause and think for a while. If you have read minutely, very carefully, 10 to 20% you will understand. But the rest you may not understand. Then friends, what will you do? You read one whole article, okay? You finish that within 10 minutes, maybe you finish reading it, or 15 minutes. You have definitely come across a few words. I'm not saying that take down all the words, all the difficult words. No need. Don't overburden yourself. Let us make learning the language, let us make it fun, friends. Don't be afraid. Don't feel that, I'm overburdened. I have read this, article. Now all the difficult words I have to, I have to jot down. I have to put them in the notebook. I have to write them down in the notebook. It's not like that. Learning is fun. Learning gives you joy. It should give you joy. Then only you will be able to learn. Yes, friends? So what you should do is, you read the whole article, you did not understand much, it's okay. You understood 10%, 20%, maybe. But you came across a few words here and there, which kind of maybe attracted you, or which had certain words which had drawn your attention. Definitely there will be a few words, at least 2 to 3 words will be there. While reading only, you were like wondering, oh my God, it's a beautiful word. What does that word mean? You might be wondering. So immediately when you come across such a word while reading, just mark down that word. Just underline the word. You keep a pen, pencil or marker pen with you. Just underline it in the newspaper itself. Just underline that word. So after you're done, after 15 minutes of reading over, then maybe 2 words, 3 words you came across, take them down. Yes, just note them in your copybook. Just note them down. And then it's okay when you have time, later during the day, sit down, relax and find out what they mean. Look up their meanings in the dictionary or on Google. Just look up the meanings. I would always say a dictionary is better. A good, reliable dictionary is always a better choice. So look up their meanings, friends, what that word means. Sometimes one word may have more than one meaning. So just note them down, and then you will see, okay, this word means this. I see. How I should use it in a sentence? Okay, in the dictionary, the usage is also usually there. How it should be used in a sentence, that is also mentioned. So, okay, I need to use it in this way. Okay, so I'll write down one sentence also in the notebook. Just write down the sentence also and underline that word in the sentence. 2 words at least you do that. Take note of 2 words maybe on a daily basis. If not 2, at least 1 word. Believe me, friends, you will make some progress. If you follow this process, every day you will make some progress. So now you have, friends, you are now exposing yourself to the language in every possible way. You are listening to English language. You are trying to speak the language. Yes, if there is no one else to talk to, you are talking to yourself. You have developed the habit of even thinking in English. You are also reading English. You are reading articles in English, reading stuff in English, whatever it may be. And you are also writing a little bit. Writing means not writing long articles, but you are noting down a few words. Yes, and maybe a simple sentence you have also written down. If you can develop the habit of writing a little also, then it's even better. Because friends, whatever we write, maybe even a small word, you write it down somewhere, it will remain in your memory for a long time. I'm telling you. You read and you try to, okay, remember, yes, this word means this, okay. You say that to yourself 10 times. You may forget. But you write that once, you will not forget. That is why, friends, developing the habit of writing a little bit and not writing much, just a few words, maybe 1 or 2 words every day. That's not too much. That's, not at all a very big deal. You can do that, I know. So friends, now you have developed all the 4 basic, you're trying to develop all the 4 basic communication skills. Listening, speaking, reading and writing. Believe me, you do that on a regular basis. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you from becoming fluent in English in the near future. Initially, you will become confident about talking to people. You'll become confident about engaging yourself in a conversation in English. You'll gain that confidence of talking in English to anyone. Initially that will happen, and later on you will become so fluent that someday you will thank me for giving you these valuable tips. Believe me, friends, you will become a fluent speaker. Just follow these steps. These are key tips, I would say, or key tricks that you need to follow. And friends, lastly, I would like to give you a wonderful strategy, and for this strategy you should definitely like the video. It's called the OK trick. What trick? The OK trick. Just use the OK trick, and if you know how to use this trick, people will think that you are very fluent in English. How? I'll just tell you. Say you go to face an interview, okay? And there, the interviewer or the employer, the interviewer who is, conducting the interview, puts a question to you. You have gone to face a job interview. Just imagine that situation. And there, they tell you, like, why have you applied for this job? Please explain that. Most of the times what happens is that the person may not have any clue why he has applied for the job. Maybe some of his friends had applied, so he thought, okay, I also should apply. But can you say that to the interviewer? That, oh, my friends also applied, so I applied. You can't say that, isn't it? So that is why they may ask you anything, yes, during an interview. So suppose they asked you, why did you apply for this job? So friends, now you have to speak, okay? I'll give you an example, how you should use the okay trick. This trick will work, especially, it will always work, but it works, it saves you like anything when you have to speak on the spot and when you are like not prepared. You are not at all prepared, without any preparation. You have to speak out your mind. Yes? And maybe even thoughts which you have not even cultivated at all. Those thoughts were never there. But then at that moment you have to create certain thoughts and you have to deliver that speech, or you have to, maybe you have to, speak out. Then what you do? And during that hour of crisis, I would say, or during that moment of crisis, the okay trick works like magic. Actually, I learned this trick from one of my teachers at the university. She's such a wonderful teacher and she speaks so well. But, I learned this trick from her actually. So, I will share that with you. So, friends, what you should do? Yes, the employer asks you, why did you apply for this job? Okay, so you have no clue, but okay, that much you know, that you have applied, say, for the post of a teacher at a particular institution. You have applied for the post of a teacher. That much you know. And now you have to answer this question. Why did you apply for this job? Why did you apply for this post at our institution? So you will say, actually, sir, it was, I always wanted to become a teacher. Now, whatever you're going to tell the interviewer now, it may not be true at all, but you're making up the story, okay? So you will say, I always wanted to become a teacher. It may be true also in your case, but I'm just giving you an example how you have to be smart on the spot. Yes, you'll say, I always wanted to become a teacher. I always had a great passion for teaching, and when I was in school, sir, when I was in school, I also used to imitate my teachers a lot, because I had this desire of becoming a good teacher someday. And it was my dream actually of it was my dream to become a successful teacher in life. And this dream has always enabled me to it has enabled me to cultivate my love for English language and literature. Yes, this dream has kept my passion alive, my passion for studying literature alive. So friends, have you noticed one thing? While I was speaking, I was using okay. Why? Because I was using okay to cover up the fact that, at that particular point, I had no word actually. No word was coming to my mind, and I could not think of the right word at that particular moment. And so, in order to cover up that, you can say fill up that gap, I use the word okay. And it sounds so beautiful. It sounds so wonderful. Sometimes it may even happen that people may not even notice that actually you are at a loss for words. Yes, you are not able to find correct words. But instead of stammering and instead of looking here and there and making weird pauses, it is far better to fill up that gap or fill up that pause with the word okay. So that is the okay trick. And you have to say that in a very stylish way. And so, okay, it was my dream of becoming a teacher. So you are actually, when you're saying okay, and during that time, while saying okay, you are thinking of which word to use. So that is a wonderful technique. It will actually, even if you are not so fluent, sometimes people will not even be able to notice much. And even if they notice that you are using the word okay, they will feel, or they will get this vibe that you are very smart. You know how to talk in a very smart manner. So friends, that is how you, even if you are not that fluent and that particular word, you can't think of that particular word, sometimes the right word doesn't come at the right moment. It just doesn't come. I mean, it happens to everyone. You want that word, but that word is not, it's not there and you don't know how to express. And especially when you are actually maybe sometimes fabricating a story altogether, when it is not true. Sometimes when you're talking about something which is really true, then it is maybe a little easier to find words, and you don't have to use okay too much. Yes, but when you are totally creating a story which is not so true, maybe it was not your aim to become a teacher at all. Maybe your family has pushed you, your family members, kind of forced you to go and face that interview. You really don't want to become a teacher. I'm just giving an example. Then what do? Sometimes you have to, it is not true at all, but you have to, it's whatever you are sometimes telling, it may not be true. Yes, but you have to speak, you have to answer, you have to say something. So then, believe me, this okay trick will help you a lot. Yes, it will help you to sound confident, to sound, at least, you will not cut a sorry figure. And you'll be able to cover up your sense of nervousness also by using this okay trick. So friends, hope you liked today's session. Don't be afraid of speaking in English. If you make a small grammatical errors here and there, it's it's okay to do that. So don't be afraid of that. Just speak out, and eventually you will see that you will be able to improve your English. Yes, eventually you'll be able to improve. If you keep practicing, if you keep, practicing how to use the language on a regular basis, then eventually you will improve your English speaking skills. Yes, and you will definitely become a fluent speaker of English in the near future. With all good wishes, friends, I wind up today's session here. Do subscribe to my channel and share this video. Thank you, friends. Take care.